Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Moth and here we make knit or crochet things, even though this used to be a gaming channel. Today I am working on a sweater for my husband because I want him to have something from me before he goes on rotation later this year. And we're starting this on a Monday where I have a couple of days in a row where I really don't have anything going on. It is a knit sweater, wherever I just did with my knitting needles. Oh hey, look, there's that charger I was looking for. But I have everything written out in my little book that I got for project planning. So yeah, I am very excited. We are doing the Meadow Sunset sweater from, I don't remember who made it, but it's on Hobbii website, and I really look forward to making this sweater and getting it hopefully done this week so you guys can see what it looks like. In the About the Pattern part of the pattern page or pattern PDF, it says the Meadow Sunset sweater is worked top down in stockinette stitch with a stripe of textured pattern worked in a contrasting color in the middle. The top part of the back piece is worked in the flat until the bottom of the armholes. From there, the stitches are picked up along the shoulders and stitches are increased for the neck opening. The front piece is worked until the bottom of the armhole. Front pieces and back pieces are joined and worked in the round. Stitches are picked up along the armholes and the sleeves are worked in the round on a circular needle. Lastly, the neckline ribbing is worked. JoJo Knitwear is the person who designed the sweater. It calls for fingering weight yarn, so a 1 weight. I am going to be doing it with the Big Twist in black. This is the black that I use for my sweater, so it is weird looking. I undid my entire sweater because I wasn't gonna finish it, and I needed the needles it was on. So, yeah, we've got that. This sweater is worked with 2 strands of the same color held together. We are not doing that. And we're gonna just keep the stitches on the 4.5mm hook, and we're just gonna do that. We're not gonna change sizes. We are gonna change color. I'm gonna do the gray that is also part of this company. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna be using the Big Twist in medium gray, so that with the black is gonna look really nice. I was thinking about, instead of doing this, using this from Mainstays, which is the Walmart brand, but I think I want to just stick with a normal flat color, no variegations or anything like that. So those are the 2 colors I'll be using. I'm assuming it's going to take a lot more yarn than I expect, so I guess we'll just play it by ear. I've got a lot of the gray and I still have a bunch of the black, so I'm not too worried about that. But it does call for 12 skeins of size 1 weight yarn. And I didn't check 180 yards for each skein of that, and there is 380 yards in the Big Twist value. So we should get by with half the amount of skeins, which I definitely have, so I'm not too worried about that. But with that out of the way, we are gonna get started. I'm covered up in my blanket. I'm nice and comfy. We're gonna figure out this project. So it also says the measurements stated in the pattern only apply if you get the right gauge. The Meadow Sunset sweater has a positive ease of 13 to 20 centimeters. The sizes correspond to the chest measurements. So, and again, we're doing this slightly differently, so we're just gonna make an extra large and we're gonna deal with it. So, we have to cast on 35. So, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait, that's 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, no, that's 10. That's 30. And we'll go this much, probably about 40 stitches. I found a half-used skein of Big Twist Black, so we're going to use that first. So I definitely gave too much extra, but it's okay. I'd rather have extra to sew in than not enough. So we're starting with 35 stitches. I'm working on the round because I don't know where, I don't think I have any 4.5mm hooks. They might be 7s, which I do technically have. I would rather use these and not have to switch over. So, we're gonna get officially started with this sweater. Okay, so it took me a minute and I restarted twice, but we are now on row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going on to row 6, I think. I just have to keep doing this same thing where it's knit, purl, opposite doing stockinette stitch, and then the first, so going this way, the first stitch is a left leaning, then the second stitch is a right leaning. I kept forgetting to take over my yarn when I was doing a left leaning. So when I was doing this side, I would forget to switch it into purl, like that, to do the stitch. So then it kept making these weird gaps and weird extra stitches because I wasn't doing it correctly. I was laying over the yarn in the wrong way. Okay, so I've gotten to 101 stitches. This is about how big the work is now. I know it's hard to see. I know it's hard to see when the lights are off, so let me turn those on real quick. This is what we have. Let me stretch it out a little bit more. Again, and this is the top of the back panel. This top is worked in a weird way. So from my understanding, you work the top back, the top front, and then you connect to do the bottom in the round. But this is what we've got. This is the top of the neck. Like, it goes here before you get to the ribbing, but on the back. That's 101 stitches. We've got, this is the wrong side. You can see all the little bumps. I'm seeing circles from looking right at that light. And then this side is the right side. It's got all the stitches there. And you can see all the added stitches there with this line. I don't know if you can actually see that. But these stitches all go one way. And we started adding stitches here. So straight down that way. But that is where we're going to stop for the night. That's where we're going to stop for the night because I am tired. We have still a decent amount of yarn left in this skein. I'm going to clean out this little bag that I have because I've got other projects in here. But I'm going to clean it out, take it with me tomorrow to Belle's physical therapy, and I'm going to work on this. I'll have about an hour there to work on it, and then I will come home and I will still work on it. So we'll see how far we get tomorrow. I do want to get to a point where I change colors because I think these will look great together. Okay, so I'm not driving right now. Belle is passed out in his seat back there. But I wanted to give you a little update because we just got done with Belle's physical therapy and we went out to eat with a couple of friends, and I only worked on this for an hour. I finished up that last night up to there. You can see where it starts to change shape. I got, I think, 4 rows done today at physical therapy. I'm going to be working on this tonight for the rest of the night. We'll see how far we get, but yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little update, and I figured while I'm waiting for my husband to get out of work, this would be the best time to do so. I'm gonna sit here and knit some more, and then when he's done with work, I'll head home and I will see you there because I mean, yeah, I'll show you what I get done between now and when he gets out, which it is 3:30 now, and I think he gets out at 5, but I'm gonna let Belle sleep as long as possible, so even if he looks broken. So I will see you in just a little bit. So, right now my son's show is loading, and I figured now is the perfect time to show you how much work we've done. We are now, after a lot of trying to figure stuff out online, we are now to the point where we are about 5 inches from, let me get this correct. And this is where we measure from. It needs to be about 4.5 inches before I start the pattern work. So we are officially to the point where I start making problems for myself, and I am going to put a lifeline in just in case I do mess it up. I'd like not to have to redo the entire thing, so I'm gonna put a yellow lifeline in this row that I'm in right now before I start the texture pattern, and then I'll probably put one in right as I turn to blue as well, because, or to where the blue is on the pattern, but gray for me, because I am terrified of messing it up somehow. So we are gonna get doing that. I really hope this is big enough. I almost just lost a bunch of stitches off the side. It should definitely be big enough. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna point you down, and we will get that lifeline in real quick. Okay? Alright, so we're back to doing sweater. The sweater is apparently going to take longer than I thought because I didn't realize how intricate it was. So there is a bucket hat video up that was out last week. Hopefully last week. Goodness, if this takes longer than the rest of this week, I'm going to lose it. But this is where we're at. You can see the pattern is forming. It'd be super cool if the light would stop. It's daylight, like daytime. So, but you can see the pattern is, you can kind of see it. There's one there, there's one there. Like every 4 stitches, there's a little gap. That is the purl in the knit side. We did end up switching colors over today because I realized it was time as I started working on it this morning and didn't have my laptop downstairs to show you, but that's okay. We have gotten 2 repeats in of the pattern for the gray. You have to do it 6 times, so I have 4 more pattern rows to go, because it starts with a plain purl row and then it does the pattern row for this part to start. So we've got that going. I still have this in just in case. It's still early in the project, so I could still mess it up somehow. But yeah, we're gonna keep going. Like I said, I've got 6 more sections, so we will we'll keep going, and then you end up putting it on reserve, so I'm almost done with the back panel, and I get to start with the shoulders soon, so I'm excited about that. But let's get going. I want to get this sweater done. I got a few rows done. I just remembered that I have outside stuff that I need to get done before it gets too dark. It's only 2:45, but I'm gonna go do that and then I will be back, okay? Okay, so it is later in the day. It is now 8:50 p.m. Last you seen, it was closer to like 1 o'clock, I think. Was it after Paul and I took a nap, or was it before? I don't know. But we, yeah, we are done with the gray for now. We are done with this piece for now, right? So I have to put these stitches in reserve. Hopefully this is the right length. What does it say? It says 7.5 inches along the outer edge, and I don't have, so measuring from here down, that's 5 to just over the white, 6, 7, yeah, we're at 7.5. Looks like, it looks like my choice to use just a regular worsted weight is working out pleasantly. I do want to see about making this for myself. I have some yarn that my husband got me for Christmas, and I think I want to use that and make my own. It would be very girly because the colors are like purple, gray, there's a variegated purple, blue, white color. It's the Big Twist Honey Bunny, no, Baby Bunny, or something like that. I'm gonna rip this white out, and then we're gonna stick it. I should probably unattach it from the other side as well before I start trying to pull on it. We're gonna put a yarn needle on it and feed it through the ones that are on, and then we're gonna cut the yarn, which is terrifying, but it's fine. Alright, we are officially needle free, which sounds like a different problem, but it's fine. That being said, we are officially off the knitting needles, and now I start working on the shoulders. But this, I have it inside out. I can make this a little crop top. Look at that. Yeah. Now I start working on shoulders, starting with the right shoulder. So it actually goes this way. I had it right, but starting with this side, I end up taking up some of these stitches that is not the flat side. This is the flat side that goes straight down. This is hard to see because it's black. I probably should have did this the other way. But this is the side, this is the length, this is the arm, and this is part of the neck. Okay? So I have to pick up stitches from here to here. I have to remember how to do that. I have to remember which way I need to do it, because if it's, hello, anyway, if I need to pick them up holding the wrong side out, and I start here, go this way, but if I need to do it with the right side facing out, I need to go from here to here, or no, here to here, however, but yeah, that is all black. You can barely see that. And then there's the gray bit down there. There is a significant amount more gray that needs to be done, but I need to do the arms, or the, so it sits back here. I'm doing this, the part of me that has no fabric right now. My hands are cold. But yeah, I have to cut off this yarn. I have to tie it. I gotta find my scissors. They're in there somewhere. I'll be right back. Okay, so it is Sunday morning-ish. It's almost noon Sunday. I have been working on this a little bit. Belle was sitting in my lap, so that's why there's no video of it. But we are working on the shoulder right here. We got it up to length, which is about here, which is 2.8. I did 275. Or the one right after that, because that's pretty close. And then it says to do increases for the neck hole, but they did not specify how to do it, and I'm confused. So I am doing still a stockinette, but I'm only putting increases on the side that the neck hole is going to be on, which is this side. It says to do on every row, but it doesn't make sense to have more stitches on this side if this side needs to be straight, just like this side was. So we're doing every other row, so it's a increase on the before the third to last stitch on the knit side, and then it's a purl row, and then I go back and I do another increase, and I have to do that 7 times, and I am at 3 times. So we started with 33 stitches on this, and now we are at 36. So I am going to keep going, and hopefully I'll be able to get this part done and get the other side done as well today. Okay, so it is now about 4:00. It's literally 4:01. Belle took a nap. I took a shower. I almost fell asleep. It is what it is. We are working on the second shoulder. I have gotten all of my loops on. I've got to get this to 2.8 inches, and then we'll start with the increases. It feels weird having this on the side because it feels like I'm doing something incorrectly. But it said cut yarn and don't put on hold or whatever, but it still feels like I'm about to mess something up. So we're getting a neck hole. So I'm going to keep going on this. Belle's sitting like right there, so if he ends up in the picture, he's not wearing clothes, just a diaper. That's how he likes it. So I'll have to skip, but I made the decision to put this on hold because I cannot get anything done if I'm sitting here messing with this for 5 minutes to get it to sit in a way that I need it to sit. So we're going to keep going until this is 2.8 inches from this line here that you can barely see. You can see it there. This line. All the way up to where these needles come out. So we're going to just keep going. We're going to pretend this doesn't exist. It'll be okay. But like, look how consistent all the bumps are. Alright, we're going to do that. And then this one's going to go on hold. And then I got to figure out how these go back on. Because that's going to be a whole thing that I have to deal with. I need to figure out when and where I'm sewing in these ends. So I'm afraid they're going to just pop off, I guess. But yeah, we're still doing good on yarn, so we'll see how much we have left over. Okay, so now it says from the wrong side, join, or, okay, so I'm supposed to put these stitches on hold, but I have these stitches on hold, right? So I should be able to slip these on this needle that is the opposite of the other needle, and then from the wrong side, I'm supposed to work. I can flip it around. Let me put these on needle. And it's gonna go like that. So now I have to make this center part where my husband's neck line is gonna be. So I have to work backwards this way, across, figure out what kind of cast on to do to add stitches, and then we will be in business. Okay, so I've been working on this throughout the day. I haven't gotten very far, just because, I mean, I did a lot of work, but I also took a lot of breaks. So when we left last night, I had maybe 1 or 2 rows on here, and now we're closer to, it's hard to see, we're closer to like 1.5 inches, maybe 2. And I need to get 3 inches from this, and we're at almost 2. So that's where we're at. I am just about ready to run out of this yarn. I have probably enough to make it halfway across, and then I need to put the other yarn on, so I'm gonna do that. I did mess up a tiny bit right here. I accidentally did this row backwards, but I think it's okay. I don't know how to fix it, and I'm not gonna. So, just, it is what it is. That's the wrong side, but on the right side, there's a little bit of a texture row right there, and it goes right there. This is stockinette, this is stockinette, this is not. So, it is what it is. I don't know how to fix it, so I'm not gonna. And because frogging knitwork makes me very nervous. But I am going to grab this guy. We're gonna tie on. I've got another inch of black yarn black work to do, and then I will be switching back to the gray. But for now, this is where we're at. You didn't get to see most of what I did today because Belle was sitting on my lap almost the entire day. Belle still isn't feeling 100% himself. He's been a little sick lately, so we're just snuggling up as much as possible. But we are tied on now. Right there, nice little tie. Look at give myself a mustache. As uneven as my mental health is. We went on a mile walk today to go get bugs from Mac. And yeah, so we're still working, but yeah. What's up? Yeah? Okay, so I had to take my shirt off because it was covered in ranch, which is why you're getting such an up-close video of me right now. I usually don't bring my downstairs projects upstairs and my upstairs projects downstairs, but I am putting Belle to bed by myself tonight, so that means once he's asleep, I'm going to leave his room, and then I have to stay upstairs because there's nobody to listen for him, and our baby monitor doesn't like me, so, yeah, that means my whole basket that is for this project will be going upstairs with me after Belle goes to bed, so I will see you guys tomorrow at some point. I don't know if I will take time in the morning to show you how much progress I've made, but I will try to remember to do that after I get back from Belle's physical therapy tomorrow. So, yeah. Oh, but I got a sticker from the Dubia.com, and I just wanted to show it to you guys. Let me turn off. The tow truck is already at the repair shop. Look at it, it's so cute. Catch up, puppy. But yeah, I'll see you at least tomorrow afternoon, maybe tomorrow morning. I'm not gonna make any promises on tomorrow morning. It depends on how early we get up and how much time we have. Okay, so it is now Wednesday. I have not worked on this sweater since yesterday. Honestly, I am tired of working on this sweater. So tired, in fact, that I've messed up another row, and I'm taking that as my sign that I need to stop working on this for a week or so. So what we're gonna do, I messed up, and I'm working towards this end. I messed up from here to here, and I don't know how to fix that. And I mean, I do. So the way to fix it is to frog it, right? But I don't know how to pick stitches back up after frogging. So what I'm going to do is just frog this back, and then I'm going to redo the whole front because the shoulders are wrong anyway. And I don't like how much I've messed up. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut here, put this skein in there in my bag, and I'm going to take these off the needles. I'm going to take the whole thing off the needles. And then we're going to wind up all this yarn that's here, which is all the stuff that I had to sew back or tie back together anyway. And we're just gonna get rid of this part. I'm gonna redo it next week. This video is still obviously gonna come out. But yeah, it's just gonna turn into a two-part video and not a full sweater done in one video. I should have known better to give myself some sort of time constraint to do it, because I had originally planned for this sweater to be done in a week, and once I got to the end of that week I realized how silly it was, and then so I gave myself an extra week, which is when this video is going up, is at the end of the second week. And I realized today that I'm not going to get this done in 2 days. Well, really 1 day, because they have to be done Thursday, which is tomorrow for me. There's no way it would have been done in time. And that's fine, like, I'm not upset about it, really. I understand, like, I need to give myself some more grace when it comes to knit projects. I'm so used to crocheting now that, you know, a week doesn't seem like a lot of time, or doesn't seem like too much time to get a project done. Dude, I finished 3 bucket hats in 3 days. Like, I don't know. But they're knitted, or they're crocheted. So I'm not putting the right amount of information in my brain to give me what I need. So we're just gonna roll this yarn back up, pretend it didn't happen. We are to the part where I added stitches, and this is gonna come apart this row first. I was thinking I was gonna keep this side, but I messed up that last stitch, and now I'm gonna have to undo it anyway because I didn't put the lifeline back in. But I'd rather get a whole clean start. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna just roll this up. We're gonna get a whole clean start. That is gonna be the end of this sweater for this week. This is 2 weeks in the making, and I ultimately ended up with just what I had at the end of the first week. Which is quite frustrating, but it had to be done, so I'm not too upset about it. It sucks, but it's really not that bad. Yeah. So within the next month, you'll see this part 2. I'm gonna take my time, and I'm really gonna focus on the process, not focus on the due date, the end date. And we are gonna take it one step at a time, I guess. But in between when this video comes out and when the next part comes out, there will be 2 tutorials up. One for a regular bucket hat, and one for what I'm calling my jellyfish hat. Because it's got these little, like, wavies. I'm calling it my jellyfish hat. And I love it. So, look forward to those, I guess. And I'll probably do the kid one in the same, because I have this in a kid size and in an adult size. So look, those will probably be in the same video. Like, I'll make a mini version and a real size version. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. If you want them in 2 separate videos, let me know down in the comments. And let me know which one you want to see first. Also, look at the difference between these 2. This jellyfish one is in Big Twist. Favorite Cotton in Pastel Rainbow or something like that. And then this is Psychedelic by Lily Sugar and Cream. And then I've also got... Ooh, that does not want to focus. The skein is Buttercream by Lily Sugar and Cream compared to the Big Twist here. So, let me know which one you want to see first, and I will make that tutorial. Okay? And I'll put it out, I promise. I'll see you guys later. Bye.